Hi everyone, my name is Michelle. Welcome to my video. So today we're going to go to questions in the database category. The number is 180 and the name would be the consecutive numbers. It is a medium level questions, but it's not that hard for this time. So let's first to see the questions. So it's asking for us to write a SQL query to find all numbers that appear at least 3 times consecutive. So we have an example here. We have two columns. One is ID and the other is numbers. So for ID is actually consecutive integers, but for numbers it varies from different numbers. But we could say that what is a consecutive numbers, which means it should appear at least 3 times. So with this example, there's only for the first 3 IDs, all of them are with number 1, but for the rest of them, they didn't have any consecutive numbers so far. So the output we have to return is the number of 1, because for the first 3 IDs, the number itself is always be 1. So the output always say we have to return the consecutive numbers with 1. So for this particular questions, actually we need to use 3 alias for this table logs and then check whether the consecutive numbers are all the time. So first, we always write the select here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so first we always write down the select here and finish the select statement a little bit later, and then I will write the from, and from 3 alias, which means 3 logs tables. So we put the logs 1 and rename it as table 1, and similar things for logs another table logs, which is we'll rename it as table 2. And for logs, the other logs, we rename it as table 3. And for these 3 alias, we also need to write statements to check whether these 3 consecutive numbers are all the same. So for here, we have to write where, right? So for where, we have to first to make a statement to make sure that there are 3 consecutive numbers. So for here, we have table 1 .id plus 1 is equals to table 2 .id. So for here, we are making sure that the first 2 ID are consecutive, and then we should make sure the second one and the third one are also consecutive. So we put and there, and table 2 .id. I think it's a little okay. So table 2 .id plus 1 is equals to table 3 .id. And for this first 2 equations, we actually make sure the 3 IDs are consecutive. And the second part, we have to make sure that the numbers are exactly same. So here we'll still do the and table 1's what is number, right? So table 1's number is equals to table, I think no, both of them are, oh no, it's not, I'm sorry. So table 1 number is equals to table 2 number, and table 2 number is equals to table 3 number. So for this, the rest of the 2 queries will actually make sure the consecutive numbers are all the same. So once they are all the same, we will select the numbers as the return value, which is the output. So we will select what? We'll select table 1's number, but for here we actually have to make sure the number itself is distinct. So we put the distinct at the very beginning, and then make a parenthesis to put the table 1 number in, and we rename it as consecutive numbers as the column's name shown here. After we finish all the coding part, we have to remember to put a semicolon here, and we submit our solutions. We could say that we are actually faster than around like 90% of the online submissions. So I think we are already successful in these questions. And I think this question, even though it is a medium level questions, but it's still relatively simple. We do not have to use some complexity syntax or complexity aggregation functions. Just simply list the three logs database, the tables, and also write down a where statement to check if the three consecutive numbers are all the same. And then at the last, do not forget to put a distinct here, because if you forget this one, maybe the output will be wrong if there are more than 3 consecutive numbers. Okay, thank you so much. If you have any questions, please make comments below, and I will reply you as soon as possible. Otherwise, please subscribe my channel. Please subscribe my channel and like my videos, please. And also, please recommend my videos and my channels to your friends. Thank you so much, and see you tomorrow.